we're sitting on some big secrets, and we're sitting on information about where some arcs are and other important artifacts and technology and knowledge. The sand was an important part, but here is something else. These were also in the jar with the scroll.
Shield, mace, helmet, beard.
Wow.
And these are buttons, right?
Yeah, they're buttons. Yeah. See, there's a piece of string. And the first thing that came out was this. And that phrase is written in Italian. But basically what it says is the power of God shines, within you through other people. And it's like a collective of the power of God is within you. The truth needs to come out about what's really going on. And that includes the scroll. That includes the green jar. Now is the time when this stuff is to be revealed.
All right, greetings, humans. Welcome to Dave's Multiverse, where we uncover buried truths of the past, expose hidden realities of the present, and explore revolutions shaping our future. Fresh off his viral Y-Files episode, which already smashed past 1.6 million views. Congratulations. And his Aubrey Marcus appearance and his recent Green Jar deep dive with Randall Carlson, which may contain 8 scrolls written by the hand of Jesus himself. We're joined by forensic geologist, best-selling author, and America Unearthed legend, one of my favorite shows, Mr. Scott Wolter, and his brand new book, The Greatest Templar Tale Never Told. He drops ancient journals that prove a multi-generational Templar mission right here in America. Get ready for explosive revelations, groundbreaking discoveries, and the kind of evidence that rewrites history as we know it. Scott Wolter, welcome back to the multiverse, my friend.
Woo! Thank you. This time it's going to work and it's going to be glorious. So, hey, can I propose a toast?
Yes, you can. We're all ready.
I would love that.
Oh, funny, you guys! I can't believe you guys are drinking too.
Yeah, let's go. Let's do it.
What a coincidence!
Here's to a great show. All right,
let's go. Boom.
Cheers.
Thanks, Scott.
All right, and just for the audience, we tried to do this on Sunday afternoon, and we spent an hour and a half we got an hour good recording. We spent an hour and a half trying to fix some audio and mic issues and stuff like that, and it didn't work. But the universe does that on purpose, I think, sometimes, because Scott has had some more time to talk about this, process it a little bit. He's going to share it with us today. But first, I'd like to say hi to my lovely producer, Miss Indonesia Jones, Megan. How's it going?
Hi, I'm so happy to be back here again with Scott. Honestly, even though we were fighting like the most unhinged amount of tech issues, I have some great company. So I'm just excited to get to spend more time with you, Scott.
Yes,
I am too. It was meant to be.
Yes,
absolutely.
Sir. And my good buddy and collaborator, Cody of East 10 Outpost. Brother, how you doing?
Dave, I am glad to be on with you and Megan. I always love getting to join the multiverse, and very honored to be on with Mr. Scott Wolter. So thank you guys for having me.
You're welcome, my friend. So we did this last time, but I really think it's important that the audience knows. Everyone's wondering, Scott, it's everyone's favorite show, the Y-Files. Okay, it's my favorite show. It's Cody's favorite show. It's Megan's favorite show. It's everyone's favorite show. What was it like hanging out with AJ? What was it like doing the show? What was the basement like? Tell us the whole experience, my friend.
Okay, well, I'll spill the tea here.
Keeping within AJ's privacy, though.
He was, well, first of all, when he flew us out there, we stayed at the Mandalay Bay Hotel, which was beautiful, and he sent a car over, picked us up, and we or an Uber, I guess it was, and when we first walked into the studio, his people were amazing. They were kind, they were smart, they were just good people. I mean, there wasn't. Sometimes you get around a situation like that, there's sort of an air that people have where they are a little self-important or whatever. And they weren't like that at all. They were wonderful. And really they were a reflection of him. And they put us in a green room for a little while. And then AJ walked in like after a minute, and he sat down and we just chatted. He was friendly. He's wicked smart. We just hit it off immediately, and we just talked a little bit beforehand, and they explained, we're going to have you talk with, what's
Hecklefish?
Hecklefish. Yeah. Let me show you. Yeah, here we are. This is a picture from,
oh, awesome.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
I didn't realize he had such a big team. That's amazing.
Yeah.
I'm sure really to do that type of show you must, but
and they were wonderful. I got to tell you. And AJ was great. And so we did the Hecklefish part is I was talking to an empty fish bowl. The Hecklefish is obviously virtual. And
that's awesome.
And his audience had questions for me. And so I answered those questions, and then we took a little break, and then we went in and we just went into the basement, which is just another room. They make it, it make you feel like you're going into a basement, but you're not. And we just sat down, and he was prepared. I mean, he asked me a question about the murder case that we worked on, and I'm like, dude, where did you get that? And so we just hit it off. I mean, I was so comfortable. I felt like I could be myself, maybe a little too much, but we had a great time. The interview lasted for, I don't know if they cut much out of it. We went for over 3+
hours. Yeah.
Yeah. It was. And I mean, I don't know how you guys saw it, but I mean, we got along so well. Oh yeah. Yeah. Let me show them that.
It really transferred well, Scott.
Yeah. Did it?
Oh yeah. That chemistry between you two and your comfort there around AJ, it really did transfer. It made a great.
Well, you could tell.
It made the 3 hours pass by quick.
Totally. Yeah. It felt like I was hanging out with you guys, while you're talking.
Well, and the other thing is, I brought him a Hooked X t-shirt and a hat, and look what he did with it.
Oh yeah.
I noticed that immediately, and I thought it was a really clever Easter egg because AJ really hides very clever Easter eggs in the background of his set or in Hecklefish's bowl. So I was like, damn, AJ's always on it. He's got the Hooked X right there in front. So that's really cool knowing that you had actually given him that. And then he immediately incorporated it into the set. I do that with my set because of AJ.
Like right now. Yeah, like right now. That. And he told me, and I guess, we should take a look at like Hugh Newman and stuff. He goes, I'm going to leave that here. So he said that. I don't know if he'll do it, but anyway, no, it was was fantastic. I thought we covered all the bases, and I did a podcast with Randall Carlson, a good friend and fellow brother Mason, fellow geologist, fellow Minnesotan, and we did his podcast, and we did a deep dive on the scroll with him, and it was more of an analysis. It was a different vibe.
Yeah.
But AJ, I just felt totally comfortable, and I thought it was great. I thought it was great.
Well, it transferred really well, like Cody said. For me, it felt like I was hanging out with you and AJ while you guys were talking about this stuff. I was a little bummed out to learn that, because you see people walking by the windows, like above the basement and stuff. But that was a screen. That was they do a really good job of that.
So clever.
Did you guys hit Mandalay Bay and the strips and hit the machines and stuff afterwards?
Well, I'm not much of a gambler. So I know that, the house always wins. So I just never got into gambling. I like to play cards, but no, I didn't do any of that. But we walked all around the area, both inside and out. And we went into some of the stores. Of course, we went into the bars and the restaurants, and we had a great time. It was, I mean, I couldn't live in Vegas and be around that all the time.
Oh, me neither.
But to go and visit it once in a while, it's a lot of fun. So we had a great time.
Awesome. Yeah, I was really excited to hear about that because it's nice to hear like that he's got a great team that's super welcoming and warm. The picture was really cool of you and the team because there's like, I know there's got to be some kind of team behind there, but you don't know. And there's like 6 people. There's a writer for the show named Kay Smythe Hill. I don't know if you know her, but she's been on the show a couple of times, and
we probably met her. There was how many people did we meet? There's 7 or 8. Yeah.
Kay lives in North Carolina. She does writing for some of the
episodes. Maybe we didn't meet her. That name doesn't ring a bell.
No, I think she writes remotely for them when she does.
Okay. Right.
But
so I really want to. He does, apparently. I mean, he must. The production of the show is outstanding. That's why it's everyone's favorite show.
Yeah.
So we definitely want to get into the scrolls and what they potentially mean and your analysis of them over the last, couple months. But I really do want to give the audience because here's the thing, Scott. Everyone as a child has this dream or a finding buried treasure. You know what I mean? Finding treasure. It's like there's games literally based around this, right? Every kid enjoys it. You do this for a living, finding treasure, finding
real life Indiana Jones.
Yeah, it's got to be
literally living the fantasy, Scott.
It's got to be really enjoyable for you, and I wanted the audience to hear the experience of finding, what led up to, and then finding the green jar, and then we'll get into the rest of the stuff.
Well, you know what? It's I didn't plan this. This isn't something that I aspired to do. When I grew up, I mean, I was an inquisitive kid, but I played sports. That was my thing. And then
basketball player like me.
I was a softball. Well, I still play softball. We start in 4 weeks. But I was a football player first and foremost, and I got a scholarship to go play football at UMD and Division II school. And we had a lot of fun up there. We won a few championships. And
nice.
But I got into geology. I met a professor who inspired me, Charlie Match, and we were friends in college, and we were friends after I graduated. He got me my first job, and he was just, I feel so fortunate because, when I was a freshman, I remember I took a course called, some people called it Rocks for Jocks. But I took it and I was interested in the geology part. And I remember at the end of the quarter, Charlie goes, "Hey, Scott," and he was the type of guy that took his work seriously. He was, he loved geology. And if you were going to be in his class, you better be paying attention or he'd get in your kitchen. And he got into some people. And anyway, so at the end of the quarter, he said, I'd like to have a meeting with you. And, we kind of gave each other shit a little bit. And I said, "Oh, really? Okay." So I go into his office and he said, "You kind of have a talent for this geology, but I don't know if you can do it." And I said, "Oh, really?" And I said, "Well, if I was interested in pursuing geology,
game, set, match."
I said, "What should I do next?" And he said, "Well, I'm teaching a 3,000 level geomorphology class next quarter. You might want to think about that." I said, "I'll think about it." So then I left his office and I sprinted down and I signed up and I took the course and I got my first A. And at the end of that quarter, I went up to Charlie and I said, "Charlie, I want to have a meeting with you." He's like, "Oh, really?" So we went into his office and I said, I'm thinking about pursuing this geology thing, but I'm only going to do it on one condition. And he looked at me and he's like, "Oh, really? Condition? What would that be?" And I said, "I'll only do it if you be my advisor." put my hand out and he shook my hand, and that's how I got it. So I will always remember him. I will always thank him for being a wonderful mentor. But I will tell you, he would not have gone out of his way if he didn't know that I was serious, that I would take it seriously, and I did. And then when I graduated, he got me my first job with a gold mining company as a field geologist. And so, and you know, being a football player, getting outside and being physical was no problem. And that's how it started. So the boots on the ground stuff has always been in me. And then when the Kensington Runestone came into my life in 2000, when I was operating my lab and doing forensic work there, that has really started this whole thing.
You've been working on the Kensington Runestone for 26 years. That's wild.
That just blew my mind, Dave. I was like, oh my God, I was 6.
Why would you
Scott,
say something like that? Make me feel
understand,
old like that. Jeez.
Well, I just think that's incredible.
Kids, imagine how I feel. Oh God,
no wonder no one will debate you on it.
Oh, we're like dust. Oh.
No wonder no one will debate you on that, bro.
Thank you, Megan. No, the Runestone is where it all started. And then, you know, I got the pushback when I said it was authentic, and I'm like, what the hell's going on? I thought these guys would be happy. And I've come to realize that there are larger forces at work here, and they don't want this information to come out, because here's what happens. When you accept something like the Kensington Runestone as being authentic, it triggers a series of dominoes to fall. And they go to some inconvenient places for
a lot.
Something like the Roman Catholic Church, like the Templars tomb.
Kind of a big deal.
Yeah, kind of a big deal. And
the ocean blue rhyme won't work anymore.
Oh, you mean Columbus?
They'll have to make a new one.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, exactly. They'll have to write something new.
Well,
that's been overdue for a while.
Well, how about this? How about writing the truth? How about actually writing about what actually happened? But you know what, guys? I got to tell you, now that we've come this far, 26 years, thanks for reminding me.
I'm sorry, but it's amazing. It's a compliment. It's a compliment.
I appreciate that. But, you know, seriously, we are going through some crazy times right now. I mean, literally, the earth is spinning backwards, and it's not good.
Tilt.
I mean, it's gone from here to here, and it's really it's a time where we all have to, I think, look inward. I think we have to buckle up, and I think we have to really take a long, hard look at this world that we thought was one thing. It turns out is something completely different, and it's not pretty. It's quite ugly, actually. And you know, I don't want to dwell on that. I think, you know, what's going to happen is going to happen. The people that were involved are eventually going to be held accountable. I know it's frustrating that that's not happening now, but it will. It will. And I think more than ever, the truth needs to come out about what's really going on. And that includes the scroll. That includes the green jar. And, you know, it's interesting. I had a talk with Tim Hogan. You guys know Tim Hogan?
Oh, yeah. Met him at Cosmic Summit.
Oh, yes.
Yep. Tim is
amazing.
A Grand Master of our Martinist Templar order. And, you know, we're sitting on some big secrets, and we're sitting on information about where some arcs are and other important artifacts and technology and knowledge. And, you know, now is the time when this stuff is to be revealed. And
the truth is coming out
from all angles. Ready or not, like I said, it's ready or not, just buckle up, because it's coming.
And you said look inward, Scott, and I think that's important. I just wanted to highlight that because all this stuff is not within our individual control, right? We need to look inward and see what we can do to, improve the energy of this world that we're living in, right?
Yeah.
Well, and we've reached the end of a
that's absolutely
procession.
true.
What if history isn't linear? What if civilizations rise and fall again and again? Discover the shocking truth in Deja Vu, Has Everything Already Been? By my friend Alexander Cheshkovich. Grab your copy now on Amazon. The link is in the description below. And subscribe to Dave's Multiverse on YouTube, Spotify, and Rumble today so you don't miss a thing.
Yeah, well, procession is really the blueprint behind all of this. Yeah. And as you guys probably know, we are just ending the last, not just the last age of Pisces, the fish, but it is the last age of this 26,000 year long cycle that we have been in.
Wild,
and
so wild.
So it's not just the end of the age of Pisces, it's the end of the 26,000 year long cycle. And really what we are living through right now, all human beings on this planet are living through one of the most profound moments in human history.
Yeah.
And we're now entering this new cycle that starts with Aquarius.
That's my birth. That's my birth. I'm an Aquarius.
You're an Aquarius?
I am.
Okay, yeah. What's the symbol for Aquarius?
The water bearer.
Yes. What the water bear is the feminine, right? The amniotic fluid. But the symbol
water, feminine,
is
yes.
two streams that are flowing together as one. And so what I envision this to be is a couple of things. And before I tell you that, let me just go back and tell you what Tim and I talked about. We have a lot of people that are asking us, and it's his call, not my call. I know where they are, but it's not my job. It's his job to reveal the arcs, to reveal these ancient artifacts, to expose the truth about this ancient history that goes back to the. I hear you, I hear you, girl. But here's the thing.
Patience.
I need too.
I'll just have to join the Templars and find out.
Well, I know I've got a lot of people that want to help us with that. But before we can do that, people need to be spiritually ready before they can handle the tangible stuff and the scientific aspects that go with the arc and all of it. Because if we pull it out, first question, who owns the shit? Right? And I guarantee you people will claim it. Israel's going to claim it.
Go to war over it.
I mean, the government's going to try. Are you kidding? Trump? He'd be all over that.
You want that in the wrong hands.
And no, you're not getting it.
He has a replica in the Mar-a-Lago. You bet he would be on it, like flies on the
as does every Scottish Rite temple in all 50 states. And I guarantee you, our replica is better than that shit. I saw a picture of it.
Scott, is it a replica? I'll know about it. It's not a replica, is it? It's hostage, isn't it?
You mean the one he has?
Can't say. That's okay. Yeah.
No, I can say he doesn't have it. Bullshit. Unless he got one replica. Unless you got one from overseas, but anyway.
So the one at Mar-a-Lago you think is just a replica? Okay.
I don't think it's real. It looks just like the ones we have that we know are replicas. But of course, he'll say that it's real. But boy, he would never stretch the truth, would he?
Right. Well, politicians don't do that.
And by the way, I highly doubt that he's from the Kohan clan. And if you're not part of the Kohan, you can't touch the real ark. So
interesting.
In any case, getting back to Tim and the whole spiritual aspect, what we agreed was that the scroll has to come first to prepare people spiritually before we can start bringing out the stuff. And so that's what we're doing. And it's not that we planned it this way. this is the way it happened.
That's what the universe does, man.
That's what the universe does. That's exactly right. So I think this, and I got to tell you, when for the, we found this thing in August, and we didn't reveal the contents until early last month. And the reason, part of the reason for that was because, frankly, I was worried about it. I was worried that there would be religious nut jobs that would lose their shit and come after us.
Yep.
But in fact, the opposite has happened.
Interesting.
It has been overwhelmingly positive, because I think the message resonates with people, and it feels really good.
Do you think, Scott, right now, because of all the things going on in the world, that people are much more open to like the truth now more than ever? Because like right now, it seems like nothing's real. Everything we grew up with, and I grew up with in the 80s and the 90s, the icons, the politicians, everything is,
it's all a lie and everybody sucks.
Yeah. And so now everyone's like, okay, what's real? Like
what's real?
Effect, and you're just like, I don't know.
Well, that's a great question. And I know everybody out there knows about the Epstein files. Mm-hmm. And let's not bullshit anybody.
I'm not bullshit.
It's dark. It's the worst possible shit you can imagine.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what the people in power are into.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck you.
Yep.
I mean,
thank you.
Seriously,
Lynch
fuck you.
Fuck you. Yep. I agree.
I mean, there's no other way to say it. And so this shit has to come down. And Trump can cover it up with the war in Iran and all this other bullshit that they're trying to do. But guess what? It's not going away.
Yeah,
the truth has been exposed. The dark underbelly of how this world actually works has been exposed, and it's going to come down. And we are going to do it. And I'm happy to do it. I live in Minneapolis. Are you kidding me? This is the place they picked on. And you know what he said? Fuck you.
Yeah.
And we're still saying it. Last Saturday, I couldn't go to that thing because I had another gathering. I was with somebody else, but I usually wear my Streets of Minneapolis shirt, but I don't want to be too over the top. But that shit's got to come down. It's got to end, and it will end. They will all be held accountable. The Trump regime is going to end, and we're going to get back to some semblance of truth and reality, and not this crazy dark shit. And that's the only way I can describe it.
Good.
And so my
contribution,
so my contribution is going to be the scroll, and people beautiful. Can take it for whatever they want. I think, it's funny, when I grew up, my dad was a Freemason. There was no religion in our house. We never went to church. I was never indoctrinated with any of that crap. And so this resonates with me. And I always thought Jesus was like a joke. They lionize this guy to be something that I know that he wasn't. And I just kind of thought he was a joke. But when I got done with the scroll and I realized what's in there, I like this dude. I want to have a beer with this dude. So it was really, it was uplifting, and it was a nice thing to, to see what he had to say. And I believe these are his words. I really do.
Wow.
That's beautiful.
Scott, so I really want you to take us through like the discovery of the green jar and being boots on ground there, because that really resonates with me. Just that you, because you weren't even looking for that. You just found
that day like.
Yeah.
Well, we were looking for it actually when we went there in August, but this story starts 20 years ago when I first met Don, and then I got to know him, and we went out in the field a couple times. He wanted me to help him with some stuff in the Catskill Mountains, and we made some discoveries there, which I'll be publishing in my new book, which is at my publisher right now.
Exciting.
And yeah, it's pretty, excuse me. Anyway, so Don's best friend purchased a document in 1971 that ended up being basically the final compilation of the Templar records, which included encrypted documents, letters, maps, artifacts, certain correspondence. I mean, it's quite extensive. And Bill purchased all this in 1971 and followed up on as much as he could have in the field from 1971 to 1994, when he realized that he was dying of arterial sclerosis and Parkinson's disease. So he sold that material to the Vatican.
Ah.
And of course, I lost my shit when I heard that. I'm like, Bill, what are you doing? Well, Bill was no fool. Okay. He got a lot of money for what he sold them. But in 2013, we came to realize that everything that he sold, he had photographed and given those rolls of film to one of his colleagues, who eventually gave it to Don. And when we developed it, all the pictures were of the documents that he sold. So we have them.
Take that, Vatican.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, but the best part is we also realized many years later in 2017, Bill had given page 1 of the long narrative to his daughter with a letter that said, if anything happens to me, this stuff goes to Don Rue. Well, it took her about 17 years because Bill died in 2000. It took her 17 years to get the stuff to Don. But on page 1 was at the top the cipher phrase. Now, in his narrative, he leads people to believe that the document didn't have page 1. It was missing. Bullshit. He had it. He pulled it out. And at the top is the cipher phrase that you need to decode the document. So what he sold to the Vatican was a worthless document.
Wow. Wow.
Oh. You can't make this up. And I questioned Bill for a long time before we got that. And when we got that, I'm like, oh, this guy was smarter than I thought. Now, the other thing that he did that we didn't find out for years later, well, over the years, the last almost 10 years now, since 2017, is he also pulled out the most important material, including the scroll, and he disseminated it to his colleagues in the agency that he and Don both worked for, with strict instructions upon their deaths. This material would go to Don Rue. And one of the questions I asked early on is, I go, Don, why you? Why are you so special? Well, Bill told us in a letter that we got in 2019 from John Drake's estate after he passed away. There was a letter in there from Bill to John, and it said, Don was my best friend. He was the only one that took my research seriously. He's the youngest of the Spartan personnel, and he will probably outlive us. And that's exactly what's happened. Don is the last man standing. He's 83 years old, and he's doing well. He's doing well. But and so Don will get a package, or he'll meet with an executor. Scott, John Lennon died. I got a package. Don't open it. I'll be right there. And we jump in the car. We drive out to New York, and we open it together. Cameras rolling. Got all this stuff. Never shared any of it yet. Anyway, so this is how we came to get all this stuff. And we've been on numerous treasure hunts. Most of the time we find something. I mean, I haven't told anyone about this stuff, but we will soon. Anyway, so in 2025, I'm at the Cosmic Summit, and I'm literally giving my lecture on the main stage. You guys, were you guys
Megan
there?
Megan and I were. Yeah, we watched your lecture live. Yeah, but I didn't know you're. I'm sorry. I'll let you tell us. But yeah, that's so wild.
No, but seriously, during that lecture, Don called me. Of course, I had it on silent. I didn't know that, but when I got done answering questions, I go on my phone. Don called, and he said, "McMaster's died. I'm meeting with his executor in a week." And he got some maps. And then we went out there not long after that. And those maps are, well, that material is right here. Now, this isn't the original. This is just a photo. But that page is written in Theban. And that's the map.
And there's the 3 dots there.
Yeah.
Wow.
The 4 dots.
I feel like you're living like a Dan Brown novel in real life. Like,
I know.
Like people are dying. You're getting secret
amazing.
maps. You're following treasure hunts and like knowledge.
You know what?
Symbology.
When you say that, Megan, I take a step back and I kind of, this is such cool shit. But we have been doing this for so long. It's just like, it's what we do now.
Not even surprising.
We live vicariously through you and your treasure hunting, Scott.
Sign me up.
You know, the thing about it is we have gotten so much documentation. We have not gone through all of it. In fact, we were going through it the last couple of days, and Janet just decoded another message that we just got. It was buried in this stuff, and we found it yesterday. And I'm like, shit, I want to work on that, but I got to do these damn podcasts. So she's serious. Show me that, Jen.
Yeah,
let me show him.
We need Janet on the show. That's what we need. She's got a great book that's behind you too that I need to check out.
So this is
link in the description.
This is happening live right now. So here's the encrypted material, and this is it decoded. She did that. She's doing this shit while I'm on another podcast.
Do you guys need an intern?
Screens, everybody.
I would like to apply to be your intern and to like decode secrets.
No kidding.
The pay's terrible, Megan. The pay is terrible, but you know what? You'll get beer.
Pay and beer.
We'll work for beer or Trident layers, Scott. Yeah, let's go.
Well, you know what, guys? I appreciate that. And you know what? If I take a step back and I look at it, it is pretty cool stuff. And I feel very fortunate. And I want to thank Don, you know, for putting his trust in us, you know, to do this. And you know, yeah, absolutely. And I got to tell you something. The world that Don comes from, there are some dark things that he's been involved in, and not by his own choice. And you know, a lot of his colleagues died, and they took people out, bad guys, traffickers, in service of our country. Now they were paid, and Don always says, "Don't make me out to be a hero. I got paid." Well, you put your life on the line, and the work that you did made all of us safer. And he doesn't see it like that, but it's true. So
shout out Don.
He's a hero. He's a hero in my eyes, and he's 6'8" and he talks like this, but he's a softie deep down. He really is. But a softie that'll cut your throat in 2 seconds if you don't behave yourself. So anyway, so we get these maps. And then in August, we decided it's time. Well, we only waited like 2 weeks, and then we said, fuck it, we're going. And we rented a float plane because this particular lake is way up in the Adirondack. No roads to the lake. There's no houses, no cabins, nothing. And so we rented a float plane. We landed on the lake. The guy usually takes people fishing up there, and they camp. And so we had canoes that were stored on the shore. So we got in the canoe and we paddled over to where the 4 dots are. And do you see the the 320 degrees?
Yep.
And 138 feet?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So we went to that, and by the way, those 4 dots are glacial boulders that are like as big as a like a couch, a small couch.
How far apart are they?
And they're just lined up. Boy, some of them were touching. I mean, they were right next to each other. And the far right one, I just went to the far right one and I said, okay. And everything was recorded. I brought my friends and they recorded everything. And I set 320 degrees azimuth. So that's 360 is a full turn, right? So you go back to 320. And then I stepped off 138 feet. We started metal detecting, got a hit. I dig down and I pulled out a little aluminum cooking vessel that was buried as trash, swinging a mess. But when you're using a compass and you're setting your azimuth, it kind of moves a little bit. So if you're off even a degree or two, you can be off by tens of feet when you walk even 138 feet. So we kind of went in an arc, and then we metal detected again about 10, 15, 20 feet away from where we got the little vessel. And then we got another hit. I dug that up, and it was a 1950s era Coke can filled with bullet holes. They had been using it for target practice.
That's kind of awesome too.
We had another mess.
Cool. Yeah, that's still fun.
So then we moved over a little bit more, about 20, 30 feet maybe, and then we metal detected, got another hit. And we were right up against a stump. And I dug down about a foot, and then I found a 10-inch long aluminum camping nail that, for tents and stuff, pounding into the ground. And I'm like, well, this isn't trash, but maybe, campers left it there and they lost it, But I thought, or maybe not. So then I took that out. We did the metal detector, bing, 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 got another hit. So I start digging, and now we're like right up against this big giant stump that had been cut down, covered in moss, and it was rotting. And I dug down through the organic soils about 12 inches or so. Then I got into the natural glacial sands, and I started digging, and then all of a sudden, where is it? Oh.
You put it away.
I pulled this out. And when I first pulled it out, I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? And the first thing I thought was, this is bullshit. This isn't it. But in my heart, I knew it was it. And this is the picture one of my colleagues took.
Oh, wow.
That's right after I pulled it out.
Picture.
Wow.
Yeah.
History.
I mean, literally seconds after I pulled it out, and I took the top off, I put it on the ground. Well, once I collected myself, I took that top off, and the whole top of this was covered in wax. It was sealed in wax. So I took that nail, that 10-inch nail, and I chipped off the wax, and then I opened it. And it was filled with sand. And the sand I have made a thin section of, and I've identified it's all quartz and feldspar sand, highly angular, very fine. And the fact that it's angular, it sucks up moisture. So the sand was to help keep the documents dry. And in fact, when I poured it into a sample bag, pardon?
It was an insulator. That's really cool.
It was to keep the documents dry.
Yeah.
And when I poured
That's so cool.
it out into a sample bag, there was dust billowing. So anyway, the sand was an important part. But here is something else. These were also in the jar with the scroll.
Shield, mace, helmet, beard.
Wow.
And these are buttons, right?
Yeah, they're buttons. Yeah. See, there was a piece of string.
Full suit of plate mail armor.
String attached to one of them. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just saying, it's a full suit of plate mail armor with a shield, a mace, a helmet, everything.
A knight.
Yes.
Yes.
And there were 8 of them. That is not a coincidence. So anyway, the reason these things were in the jar in the sand at the bottom was if this thing ever corroded away, and it is corroded,
Yep.
then this was the backup that a metal detector would detect. Does that make sense?
It does. And why 8 then? Because they could have just put 3 and it would have had the same effect.
Nope. 8 is a sacred number to the Templars. There are 8 points on a Templar cross, as you can see. 8 is part of the Fibonacci sequence, which is the key to life in the universe. It's an ode to the sacred goddess, as is the number 13. So, no, none of this is coincidence. It's all planned. So the other thing that came out was the scroll, which was rolled up and in this.
Her name is Vera Newman.
That's
and
cool.
this, what's her name?
Vera Newman.
Vera Newman. And she made these designer placemats, and that's the string that it was tied up in. And she made these designer napkins between 1950 and 1953.
Wow.
I didn't read these notes, but this Theban here says that it was repackaged and reburied in 1953. So that fits.
Yep.
So
perfect timeline.
Do you think that in 1953 they were like, okay, what jar is the right shape and size to fit these scrolls? And they were like, the prune juice jar.
Yeah. Or maybe it was such a common innocuous jar that they who knows? I mean, who knows what they were thinking, but they were thinking for sure.
Are those juice jars commonly found? Are the prune juice jars commonly found like out and about these days?
Well,
like
we know this much. They're probably more want to, admit maybe prune juice was solving people being regular, back in the 40s.
Digestive issues, yeah.
Yeah, but the company that made this particular jar called Sunsweet, it was very common, and they started business in the 1940s.
Okay.
So that fits. So then we unrolled the placemat, and the first thing that came out was this. And that phrase is written in Italian. And basically what it says, I don't have the translation right here, but it basically
AJ read that live. AJ read that.
Yes.
He speaks Italian. That was just crazy.
Read it. He could read it.
Yeah, that blew me away. I was like, AJ speaks Italian?
Yeah, stop being so impressive.
He's got some Italian heritage. I thought it made sense, but
yeah, I was.
Yeah, he got it. But basically, what it says is the power of God shines, within you through other people, and it's like a collective of the power of God is within you, and that's actually the cipher phrase for a couple of the other messages that we have. And really, I think that goes to the core of Jesus's message to all of this, that it's not some entity out there and a fear-based religion.
It's within us.
It's within all of us. And I can appreciate that, because when I decoded the runestone and I figured out that there was Enochian mystery information on it, I thought about the whole spiritual journey that a lot of people take, right? And whether you do it through organized religion or some other way, at the end of the day, what happens? It all comes back to you, right?
Mm-hmm.
The power of God is within you. And I think that's the message.
Yeah.
That Jesus was really teaching. I know that's his message now. But this really brings it to the and it's beautiful. But below that, what do you see?
A mathematical equation?
Yeah, an equation of sorts.
Numbers.
I'm no mathematician. It's a formula for.
Yeah. Well, we've had a number of people that have offered their interpretation to it, and there's sort of a consistency that it has to do with the root of quantum physics. Even
I know just the person to ask about this, Scott.
Okay, go for it.
I'm going to screenshot this. I know just the person.
The consciousness thing, Scott, when it comes to quantum physics, is like it basically says that reality is real when we observe it, right? Nothing is real until it's observed by an observer, that lends to the and that lends to the idea that the power of God is within us, and how we observe things like makes a difference. If we observe things in a negative light, that makes a difference. It has an effect on the universe. If we observe things in a positive light, it has an effect on the universe and our environment around us. That's science.
Manifestation.
Yeah.
The law of attraction.
And you're right about that. Yeah, I mean, I think that's true. I mean, in anything, if you go into it with a positive attitude, and I use sports analogies all the time because I played a lot of sports. I still play basketball all the time. I'll play tomorrow. Played yesterday. Your psyche is so important. It's like, okay, we're going to win this game, dude. Let's go, and you all ramp up.
For sure.
And you got to each other, and you have to practice, and you can do this.
Yep.
And that's gonna make for a good result, and you manifest what you want. That's exactly the word, manifestation. So maybe there's something here, but the way I see this in sort of a broader context is we have sort of a spiritual message here that the power of God is within all of us. And then we have this mathematical formula that's kind of saying a similar thing, maybe. But what we have here is this juxtaposition of spirituality and science that come together
with the same message.
With the same message. And this is the first thing. This was wrapped around the rest of it.
Wow.
So this was
the most important.
It's the first thing we saw,
which was on purpose.
sets the tone for what you're.
I would agree. I would agree with that. Oh, by the way, one more thing. Hey, can you hand me that?
This is so fun.
I put it over here. Black light.
You have it behind your glass.
Oh, there it is. Okay. And you guys remember the movie National Treasure?
Yeah, National Treasure.
Oh yeah, tell us, Scott.
You remember the hidden messages they pulled out with lemon juice and heat?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, if you use one of these, it does the same thing.
This is a damn
no shit.
This is like
no shit.
Literally incredible.
And look really close. I don't know if you can see it.
We can see it. Yeah.
You see the hooked X where the lines intersect?
Yes, we do. Yeah, that is wild.
Now, I'm not going to go into what that is. I know what that is. That's a whole big, long explanation. Yep. But an invisible message on top of it.
This is just the cover.
Get the Hooked X by Scott Wolter online, available everywhere. Wow. He wrote in here for me to Dave, In Light, Scott Wolter, and In Light, I think, is the key here, right?
Well, light is a code word for knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
So I say that because I want you to read this book to learn, to understand, and to grow. And that's light. That's what light does.
Mm-hmm.
Knowledge is power.
Mm-hmm.
Knowledge gives you confidence. It builds you up, not just intellectually, but spiritually.
Mm-hmm.
So it's all good. It's all good. I'm glad you like that. Okay. So now we unwrap it.
You've got a bunch of good books available, just saying.
Oh yeah, that's good. I like that one too. Here's page 1. Here is page 2. These are the originals, by the way.
No way. I thought you had them in a safe somewhere.
That's incredible.
They're going in the
He
safe.
busted them out though, Dave.
They're going in the safe when we're done. Here's page
That's amazing,
3.
Scott.
Page 4.
It's all just numbers. Wow.
Yep. In this case, this is all numbers.
I'm gonna be looking at all of these now that you told us the cipher.
And this is
letters and numbers. Numbers.
This is page 5.
Wow.
And that's page 6.
The cipher changes.
Oh, and then upside down. There you go.
Yeah.
Okay. So these are the original documents. And do you want me to read the message?
Yes, please. Yes, please. Absolutely.
Yes,
I'm a little bit curious.
We do.
Oh, wait a minute. I got to go to dinner. Sorry, guys.
No. We got about this far last time, but
you can't even tell anymore.
This is going better than last time anyway, so I'm super happy how this turned out.
Dave, don't talk about it.
I got to make sure I know where I printed out the message, so I want to make sure I start at the beginning. Okay. So there's several messages, okay? And the very first one starts with right here. And those are Theban characters. And there are, guess how many lines of Theban characters in the first message? Take a guess.
Is it 22?
Megan, come on, Megan, help them out.
8 because of the number of the buttons.
33.
But...
Boom! Boom!
See, I'll be the
job,
perfect
Megan.
The goddess came through.
Woohoo!
She always does. She always does.
Yeah.
She always does.
Except for when we're
okay, goddess. Here's your
We're just the peanut
8-line
gallery,
message.
Scott.
Are you ready for this? Buckle up now, gang.
Wow.
Here we go. The 325-year compilation of old and new writings is not the infallible word of God, but the fallible compilation of the Roman Catholic Church to support their doctrine.
I feel like I knew that intuitively, but it's wild to see that in a scroll.
That's amazing. And it's
okay.
important.
Let's see if you guys can figure out, what does 325-year compilation mean?
It's the it's
75
the second edition of the Bible. Yeah.
Record keeping.
It's the New Testament, right?
It's the council. It's referring to the Council of Nicaea in Rome in 325, where that's basically where Constantine was trying to consolidate the Roman Empire, and he could do it through 2 ways. One was through war, which is expensive and messy, or religion. And he chose the latter. So he called in all the religious and political leaders to the Council of Nicaea, and that's where they decided what the national religion was going to be to unite everybody, right? And basically what they did was they took pieces of all these different traditions and added it to what would become the state religion. And funny, certain gospels like Gospel of Mary, Gospel of Thomas, and others make it in. So then when they say the compilation of old and new writings, that's what they're talking about.
And a lot of Babylonian
and they basically
teachings.
came up with, Exactly. So now we've got this state religion that came up with this ascension and all this other bullshit that we now know is completely fabricated. And why are you taking out certain gospels? I mean, why are you doing that?
Control.
Because it was all about manipulation,
Censorship.
power, and control.
Yeah.
And that's how.
And the ladies didn't come out too well in that deal either.
No, they didn't.
Historically, it's not been great for the ladies.
And Megan, you know all about that because you've been brought up in this society, and it's fucking bullshit. And women have been relegated to second-class status, and frankly, our planet has suffered because of it.
100%.
I mean, women are the life givers. They need to be honored and respected. And this bullshit is, I mean, Mary Magdalene was a whore. I mean, fuck you. Stop it. You know.
I feel the shift.
Well, they
I feel
finally.
the shift happening though. Like, I feel it's starting. Like there's a call for the divine feminine to come back. Like we've pushed it so far in the other direction, and I feel it coming in. Yeah.
You ever heard? You know what? A mile and a half from where I'm sitting right now is Paisley Park.
Okay.
You know what Paisley Park is?
What?
That's where Prince lived.
Right. Yeah, that's right. That's his. He had a whole compound there.
And Prince, we used to live about a mile and a half that way, and we lived across the lake from Prince for over 30 years.
Amazing.
That's awesome.
And he wrote a song, and I'm gonna just tell you the title, and you got to listen to it, Megan. If you don't listen to it, Megan, you and I are done.
I can't have that. I'm gonna listen to it all night long.
No.
I'm pulling it up right now.
The song is called Fury.
Oh, I know
What's
that
it called?
song.
Oh, yeah.
Fury. Fury.
Okay.
Ain't no fury like a woman scorned.
Watch out.
Fucking fantastic. And he's got a guitar solo on there that will just rip you apart.
Okay.
He literally did that song on
it's
Saturday Night
great.
Live. He did that song on Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
Fabulous.
I think
he
he
did.
did.
No, I'm sure of it.
Ain't no fury like a woman scorned. It's a great
And it's
song.
true.
And we're still in mourning over losing
Yeah.
him.
Yep.
Honestly, we're big Prince fans.
Samesies.
If you look in the window, we've got the symbol right there.
Aw.
Yeah, show it to him. And purple is our favorite color. We miss him. He was taken out by those large
I
forces, by
agree.
the way.
I've been thinking
Of course,
that for
one of many.
years now.
There it is.
Very
Like
cool. Hi,
Michael.
Janet.
That's amazing.
Janet.
Love it. Love it. I think a lot
That's
of
very
people were
cool.
taken out by
So-
those larger forces, and they made it look like it
Michael.
was a drug overdose
course.
or a suicide. I think it happened to Michael Jackson
Michael.
too.
Yep.
And you know who, you know what's funny
We
is
know,
I'm
Scott.
the exact same age as Prince, Michael,
Wow.
and Madonna.
Oh wow.
And she-
Wow.
Scott, you
You
are a
notice how she
national
just-
treasure. Be safe.
It's an impressive cohort.
Yeah, we need to hire you
I
as security
resemble
guard,
that
man.
remark.
Go, guys.
But isn't it
Okay, you know what?
interesting
I'm not
that
going to be
you-
an intern. I'll be a bodyguard.
Okay, that's
I already
good.
called intern anyways, so
Okay, intern
Yeah,
is
you got
taken.
this better than me.
I love that. But isn't it interesting that she just suddenly went dark for a long
Yeah.
time?
Mm-hmm.
She got the message apparently. But anyway, we digress. All right, so let's
We-
go. Let's not
many
go down
such
that negative
cases.
rabbit hole. Okay.
Nope.
What did
I
the
agree.
scroll
So now
say,
here's the
Scott?
next-
Tell us.
yeah.
Here's the next part. And this was done, I think this is also numbers. Yes. This is part of the numbers encryption. It says this: translated from the original Aramaic by Brother Simon for the Poor Knights of Christ. No, for the Poor Knights of Christ. There's two thes.
Yeah.
And this bothered. I remember this. I'm like, what the fuck? And
That
I
is
called
insane.
Don. I said, Don, why do they have two thes? He said, it's a tell. And I went, oh shit. And I knew right away. The poor knights of Christ. The poor knights of Christ. That's a cipher phrase for the last part of the message. And then I knew right away what it was. And guess how many letters are in the poor knights of Christ, which is what the Templars were called before they were called the Templars.
22.
8.
Megan,
22. I'm going
Megan,
with 22.
the pressure's on. You came up with the last one. You got to come up with this one.
I'm like still just trying to calculate it, and then it goes wrong.
26.
I hear something there. You're cheating.
I'm not
22.
cheating. 26. I'm just thinking about
22.
what is it?
22.
22.
Oh, so Cody got it.
I did my homework.
Did you say 22?
He did. Yeah.
You got it. Okay, why is 22 significant?
That's
Cody.
a sacred number to the Templar. We have 22 bones in our skull. 22 is a reoccurring sacred number. that
Cody's on
appears
fire.
a
Let's
number
go. That's why I brought
of
him here.
time.
You
Scott,
must have watched a
brother,
podcast.
I have once or twice. Yeah, when the time comes that I have to vote to the order, I will join. But yeah, no, I pay attention.
Good. There's also 22 letters in the Hebrew alphabet, and there are other meanings for it, but it's a very important and indeed sacred number. So anyway, we'll get to the decipherment in a second. Okay, the next section, which was a weird alphabet of symbols that I had actually seen before, but this was slightly different. A lot of those symbols were modified, and but they were the same. So this one was pretty easy for me to decipher, and it's short, and it says this: encrypted by Brother Leonidas for the Order of the Grail, 1897. You remember the Kensington runestone? We found a number of codes. One of the codes we found was where they modified certain runes within the that I found. Apparently, first person to see them because I looked carefully at the inscription. Nobody else did before me because it was a fake. Fuck. Anyway, so the first 4
Cody's got his grail now, his holy grail.
We're on that. Listen, the grail is coming. The first 4 runes that have been singled out with modifications in sequence as you read the inscription: G-R-A-L, Graal. In medieval Old Swedish, which is the language of the runestone, that's Grail. That Grail.
Wow.
So
almost
that begs
like
the
the
question,
universe
guys.
prepared you for this, Scott.
Maybe. But how about this? Could this be the same order that did the runestone and this message?
Possibly.
Huh?
Coincidence as well.
I'm liking
What
it.
about
I'm
this,
going
Scott?
with it.
How do we feel about him?
About the Grail? Oh, there are no coincidences, brother.
Well, that doesn't seem like one at
Okay,
all.
now we're going to get into
Bingo.
Now we're going to get into the body of the message, and I'm just going to read this long part. And there is so much to unpack. We don't have enough time, but I want to get to the end of the message because that is where the shit hits the fan.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously.
Mm-hmm.
But this first part, which was the numbers, Megan, you noticed the numbers? There's like 3.5 pages of numbers, and that's this message. So you ready?
Yep.
The first thing it says is MF. Seriously, what is that?
MF. Cody, I got nothing.
No, it's not that.
It's not my
my father. Okay, very good. You watched the show. I can see that. All right.
I did my homework.
then
You
it
said
says
we needed to take notes.
All right. Well, you did it. Okay. How about MG?
My God.
My God.
Megan Gibson.
Very good.
Oh,
wow.
the goddess steps in.
Sorry, Megan. Swing and a miss.
Oh.
It's a goddess connection, though.
All right. True. Okay. My Father, my God. Father, Genesis chapter 1. Let us make man in our own image. Genesis chapter 1 +3, 5, 16. Let us make man in our image. In the image of God made he him. To make more, he needed a female. So Eve. They made Cain and Abel. Cain slew Abel, and MF put his mark on him. And then we have 3 letters, IHN. What is that?
IHN.
I don't know.
In his name.
Oh, yeah. Obviously. Okay. Yeah. Wow.
And banished him to Nod, so none there would kill him. But if Adam, Eve, Cain are the only people, who is in Nod? How can they be the only people when they banish them to a city that's full of people? So who is in Nod? I love that. That's almost sarcastic sounding. It's like, what a stupid thing. That is
incredible.
Of course, there's people. Of course, there's people in Nod, for God's sakes. Okay, know this. Then they were not the first people, but the first Jews.
Huh.
Does that mean the Jews are aliens?
Ooh.
Is that why they say they're the chosen people?
Oh.
Is that why Israel's such a protected state? I shouldn't say that stuff.
Well,
I've got some questions for later, but we'll wait. We'll wait.
Okay. Well, all I'm going to say is, could that be the tail wagging the dog? The tail being Israel, the U.S. being the dog?
I've been thinking about this a lot lately, Scott, and it's a rabbit hole that people are very sensitive about, is what I'll say.
I understand, but you know what? And we don't have to get into it.
Say whatever you want.
But what I said is I'll stand behind. And that's part of the reason that we have this fucking war right now. And it's also to distract from the Epstein files and these larger forces at work.
Yep.
But you know what? It ain't going to work.
It's not working. You see it all over YouTube and everywhere. Everyone's asking these questions right now, and no one's afraid to ask these questions. Before, the icons like Prince and stuff who were asking these questions got knocked off. But now the power...
They took them out. They took them out.
But now they can't take everyone out.
It's time that everybody with a platform say something.
Yeah,
yes, exactly.
That's how I feel. You know what? I mean, I got to be honest with you. I think Trump is so fucking stupid. He doesn't understand. You think you can start a war to distract from the shit that you did? No, Sherlock, you can't.
Not right now, not in this day and age.
Because of platforms like
Steve Bannon suggested this in the Epstein files. That's important. People need to know that. Steve Bannon suggested Iran war in the files.
Yeah,
it's true. And Scott, I really appreciate that because about my platform and other platforms, we're a smaller show, but people know who we are. And it's not just about me in this platform. It's about all the platforms that are sharing these messages right now, and they can't stop all of us. That's the thing. And I've been thinking about this a lot, Scott, lately. Like, how do we uprise against this as people? It's not like we can all go quit our jobs and go to the White House right now.
Dave, you are doing
it right now.
Exactly.
Right now, what we're doing is we are educating people, and this is the power. And you know, we talked in the previous podcast I did about the timing of all this, and all the things related to it. But what we did not talk about was the power of the internet and of people like you guys. And I don't care how big the platform is. I mean, it all adds up. And sometimes you could be on the smallest little platform and you say something that connects with the right person. That'll trigger something that'll be massive.
Exactly.
But I think what's happening now is, look, we're all over the shock of the horrific stuff that's in the Epstein files. And if you are not horrified and you want to fucking bring these assholes down, if you don't want that, then you have to come down. And it's on these platforms where we get the message out. And I'm sorry, we just got to be honest about it and not worry about hurting people's feelings. Because if your feelings are hurt, then you're not thinking the right way. And I'm not here to try to offend anybody, but I hate this shit.
Yeah,
and
everyone does.
Look, I'm going to just tell you what I said.
I'm a father of four. Fucking makes me shake.
No, it's ridiculous. But here's why I'm not afraid to do this and why I have to do this. And I appreciate the fact that you guys are allowing me to do this.
Yeah.
And AJ and everybody else. But here's the bottom line. We all grew up in this amazing world and had all kinds of fun. I mean, right now, the grass is beginning to grow. Spring is coming, new life. And I've had such a wonderful life so far. I've got kids, I've got grandkids, and I'm not doing this for me. I'm going to be dead in 30 years or 25 years or whatever. I could be dead tomorrow.
50 years. I'm giving you 50,
whatever. But the bottom line is that I want this world to be the same beautiful world that I grew up in for my kids, my grandkids, and the ones we'll never meet. I'm not doing this for me. I'm doing this for them. And so are you guys, whether you realize it or not. And I don't give a flying F. It's too late. You can't shut me up. The scroll is out. All the stuff that I've done is out. I share everything. And I just want people to wake up and do their part. And you guys are giving me that opportunity to do my part. And, we're having fun and it's all good stuff. And, it's great. But at the end of the day, this is serious work that we're doing. The world is in turmoil, and we've got to all stand up and do our part. And we're doing it right now. So thank you.
Fuck yeah. Let's go, Scott.
Let's go.
Scott, you have said in previous podcasts that what is in those scrolls is the word of Jesus about a dual male and female religion. I want you to dive into that, and I want you to tell us what is said in those scrolls, because we need to shatter some paradigms and we need to rebalance.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Cody.
What you just said is the hooked X, right? That is what it symbolizes, is a dual gendered God religion that is the concept of opposites that keep things in balance. Male, female, heaven and earth, good, bad, light, dark, yin, yang, that whole thing. And that is what he says. I'll read it. Okay, let's keep going.
Tell me.
Let's roll.
Thus. So here's where it gets kind of interesting. And the sons of MF saw the daughters of men and found them pleasing in their sight, and came and knew them. And they settled in the land of Nod, where Cain was sent. So their children enjoyed life for its pleasures, both male, female, male, and female. Yes, we're talking about homosexuality. Now, hold that thought. This does not procreate or honor MF, so he destroyed them all. But flood nor fire succeeded. So what that tells me, this is how I interpret that. Homosexuality is a thing. Whether you like it or not, fucking deal with it. Okay?
It's always been a thing.
It is what it
always.
is. Who cares what other people do in their bedroom? That's none of your business.
Yep.
And so they tried to get rid of it, but it failed.
They were trying to control it from the start.
Right from the get-go.
We have to accept them.
Yep.
And you know what? Some of the most beautiful people that I know are homosexual.
Same.
So what?
Same.
I don't give a fuck.
Yep.
And they're beautiful people. Leave them the fuck alone.
Yep.
Jesus.
Thank
Right.
you.
All right.
No, I appreciate the fire, Scott.
We've got fucking
I feel the
pedophiles
same
in our
way.
government. We got bigger fish to fry.
You know what? One of Janet's two sisters' only son is gay. He is one of the smartest, most fun, brilliant people I know. And I fear for him. Especially in this fucked up administration that we have now. And his partner is one of the smartest, most fun guys you'll ever meet. And they just want to live their lives and be happy like the rest of us. Why is that such a big deal?
It's to divide us, man.
Well, it occurs naturally in nature and other specimens.
Exactly.
It's all about division when it comes to immigrants, homosexuality, all these things they push that out into the media to send us in one direction or the other. And the people that are going in that one direction or the other are the ones who are missing the psyop. It's literally a 2,000-year-old psyop that people are missing. And I think
these scrolls
are starting. These scrolls literally say it, and then we're like, I think the middle ground is becoming stronger right now, as Megan said. Like we're starting to meet in the middle on all this stuff. The gray area is becoming the area to be.
Yes, and you know what? You know what, guys? I was going to save this for the end, but I'll just do it now. You know, we talked about procession and coming into the new age, right? And the two streams flowing together as one. That's also ideology.
Yes.
The split that we're seeing right now. Look, we all, and I'll just say it, we all eat, sleep, shit, fart, fuck like everyone else. I don't care what color, race, creed you are. We all do the same shit, right? We're like animals. We are animals, right?
Yes.
So why are we sitting here focusing on the things that divide us instead of focusing on what unites us? I've traveled all over the world. I know what my buddies from my high school think. I don't need to talk to them. I want to talk to people in other countries, other cultures, and I learn shit from them. And you know what? Some of the traditions that they have are better than the shit that we do.
Of course.
And it's so cool. And that's, to me, that's one of the gifts that I've had, to be able to travel in my life and meet new people. And you know what? I'm going to tell you guys a quick story about just a quick story.
That is a blessing.
You guys, so we live in Minnesota. You know our squad, right? Our squad is the Minnesota Vikings, right? We bleed purple. Prince and the Vikings. So I was really fortunate when I went to college. I played football with a guy by the name of Bruce Grant. He became my best friend. His father was Bud Grant. Does that name ring a bell?
I don't think so.
He coached the Vikings to 4 Super Bowls.
Oh, yeah.
Bud is that stoic guy that wouldn't let the heaters on the sidelines. This is going back to the 60s, 70s, and 80s. But anyway, Bud coach, he's a legend. He's the guy, right? If people ask, if you ask somebody in Minnesota over 50 years old, who is one of the most respected Minnesota, they'll say Bud Grant every time. So I knew Bud really well. In fact, Bud died a few years ago, and we were very close friends. Jan will tell you. I still have his number in my phone. And one time when we were in college, I was over at the house, and they had a basketball court in their backyard. Bruce and I and a bunch of guys were playing basketball. And we come in the house, and we're all sweating. It's summertime, and Bruce's mom, Pat, got us water, and we're sitting there. Bud's watching TV, and of course, I'm talking, right? Can't imagine that, can you? And I'm sitting there like
No.
this. And all of a sudden, Bud turns around and he goes, Scott. And I went, whoo. And he looked at me and he said, you never learn anything when you're talking.
Ah.
Woohoo!
You know what I said? You know
Every
what I said after
esoteric
that?
tradition says it, no?
Nothing.
You said nothing.
The correct
afterward.
response.
Oh, yeah.
You
There's Bud
listened.
right there.
Yep.
There's Bud.
There he is.
Yep.
That's freaking awesome.
And Bruce looked just like his dad. Bud had four boys and 2 girls. We know them all. We're very close to all of them. But Bruce looked just like his dad, and of course he had to live with that. But Bruce was a great guy. He passed away of brain cancer, glioblastoma, about 8 years ago now, Jan?
Bruce?
I think it's 9.
Yeah. It's going on.
Shit.
It's all of that.
Anyway, the point is, you never learn anything when you're talking. And I always took that to heart. So let's keep going.
Let's go.
Yeah, I guess I still talk a little bit.
Yeah, but it's a good
Anyway.
message to carry through.
We
talk too
will
much
learn
sometimes,
something
too.
when you're talking in this case.
Well, yeah, I guess. But there is a time to talk, and there's a time to shut your pie hole and listen. So, okay. All right. But flood nor fire succeeded. Thus, the sons and daughters of natural man filled the earth, yet nowhere did they mate with a Jew till Lisbeth. Lisbeth is the mother of John the Baptist.
Wow.
So he's half alien.
Woohoo!
Yep.
That's a hell of a revelation.
Just saying. Seeing it work in 6 weeks, the angel Anton came and knew my mother. And by the way, in case you didn't know, when they know somebody, they're having sex.
Right. That's what I was inferring. Yeah. Wow.
Okay.
Every
You guys got that.
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
I do now.
So who's talking and what does that mean?
Can you read us
Jesus
that
is
last
talking.
Jesus. I'll read it again.
Yeah.
Seeing it work in 6 weeks, meaning pregnancy, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Conception.
That's a pretty
The angel Anton came and knew my mother.
The angel Anton came and knew my mother.
His mom were making a
Very
baby.
interesting.
So they had a
knew.
child, and that child was Jesus.
Whoa.
So that means he's half alien.
No wonder these scrolls have to come out before the ark.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to get prepared spiritually before we can handle the tangible science that the ark represents.
Wow.
Okay.
Holy shit.
Now, Scott, I've got a question for you real quick further in that.
Okay, go ahead.
So is that necessarily a physical alien or a spiritual alien? What kind of alien are we talking about? Can you clarify for people?
Well,
watching?
she got pregnant and had a child, so I interpret that to be physical.
Okay.
Fair?
That's my interpretation.
Yeah.
I mean,
I would agree.
my mother. Okay. But Jan and I chose MF, my father. Then know this, Adam and Eve could read or write. Thus the tree of life was not a tree, but a book that spoke.
Huh.
The fruit chapters numbered 1, 2, 3, etc. So MF looked like man except for intelligence, hence the book to store it all. MF and his wife Ashura, called wisdom. I should tell you guys that in a Masonic lodge in the East sits the master of the lodge, right? In front of him and there is a square with the angle down, with the cup up, which of course is feminine, right? And you know what it says underneath that? Wisdom. Feminine. And so in a Masonic lodge, you know that G that sits up behind them? That a lot of the brothers says stands for God or geometry or whatever the fuck. It stands for the
Number
goddess.
7.
The goddess. Megan.
Loving this.
She's kind of digging this, I think, aren't you, Megan?
I've been waiting for the
Well,
goddess
okay.
moment.
We are too, so it's okay.
It's really important. It's really important to the spiritual awakening of all of us, you know?
Yeah,
What's
absolutely.
the truth? One way or
Absolutely.
the other. It shouldn't be filtered. It shouldn't be repackaged for a way that make people feel comfortable. It should be put out there as it's said, because these are the Yeshua scrolls.
Yeah. And you know what? The truth is the truth. And ready or not, here it comes. Deal with it how you will. So here it comes.
Please proceed.
Asherah, called Wisdom, rebuked his brother for having led Eve to open the book and sent him out of earth to Arcturus. But he returns. When called, for many follow him here, what of the serpent? Natural female mated with my uncle and got the creature with legs that crawled from the waters and over a long time came to be natural man and large of stature, worshiping its ancestor. A fork in the road became the snake. Another natural man and woman. So if you follow me, whether you turn right or left, you will hear a voice behind you saying, "This is the way. Walk in it."
I love that.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, so Scott, am I understanding that the genealogy of Jews is actually aliens from, and that at some point Jesus's mother made a child or offspring with natural children of earth that came to fruition through evolution? So we've got children of Arcturus mating with children of evolution to create modern man. Is that correct?
He uses the term natural man. So I think what we had humans that some of them mated with aliens to create a hybrid. And that's the way I read that portion. But as we get towards the end of it, I'll be honest with you, I'm not sure how to interpret it. But
please continue.
You know, this dovetails very closely with the book of Enoch and
Yes.
and the Ethiopian Bible.
And the New as well.
So
Yeah.
yeah. And so after all of that, in English, straight up English, it says right here, at the very end, he says, "As I am allowed to say." And so everything that I just read to you, he basically then says, "As I am allowed to say." I don't know what that means. Like he's got a boss or something. I don't know how to interpret that. But I will say this. We are now ready for the final countdown. The last part of the message is where it gets freaking real. And this is Jesus again talking in the first person without question. As far as I know, this is the only document in the world ever.
Dude, you got to get that shit in the safe, man.
It hasn't one, Dave. I'm going to go bodyguards for Scott.
Hey, the message is out there. The documents are just documents.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Are you ready? Tighten your seatbelt, folks. I, not entirely human. So if there was any doubt in our interpretation before, he just removed it. He's part alien. I not entirely human. A rupture of the small intestines was not enough to kill me. So you know the spear of Longinus?
Yes.
If you look at human body, the anatomy of the human body, the small intestines goes right up there. Yep. Was not enough to kill me. I slowed my breath and was declared dead.
Which is possible.
Cousin, well, it's what it says.
Buddhists do it.
It said he did it. My cousin of my earth father's side had me rest in the family tomb. That's the Telpia tomb. And his cousin was Joseph of Arimathea. I healed myself, and my wife came and freed me. So you know that Da Vinci Code premise? It's true.
It's
and
a fucking Tom Hanks movie, for Christ's sake.
Who was his wife? Megan. Who was his wife? Mary Magdalene. He's saying it himself. This isn't me. This isn't Dan Brown or the guys who wrote Holy Blood, Holy Grail. This is him telling us himself.
My wife.
That's my girl.
The King of Kings.
I healed myself. My wife.
The King of Kings in his own words.
In his own words. We traveled to the north, which was Scotland, by the way, and preached a joint religion of male and female. Boom.
Kaboom.
Can you say hooked X? Hey, Megan, how you feeling about that?
This is what the world is lacking right now. Like, women want to come up and take over. We want to just be a part of the equation and work together. Like, let's do it. Like,
that's it, Megan.
Have things to bring to the table, and I feel like as a unit, it completes
integration.
The circle, and it's one or the other imbalanced.
It's biology at the basic sense, and I feel like other traditions that aren't from the Roman Catholic tradition got this across the globe for thousands of years, right?
Yeah. Yep. And then it got perverted. It got masculinized. Okay, you ready for more?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Yes.
We bore 2 children. That would be Judah and Sarah. We know their names. Returned to Jerusalem. And finally, I ascended to my father. My body returned to my cousin's family tomb. So he did ascend. His spirit ascended, but his body went to the tomb. So what do we learn from that?
So
a lot of things.
A lot of things. Yeah. So,
well, first of all, the story we were told is wrong. Number one.
Yes. And that this is a vessel.
Yeah.
Our essence is something
bigger
and different.
Luminous
the
beings
power of God is
not
within
this
you.
Matter.
Yeah. Yeah,
beings of light.
Yep.
That's a quote from Yoda, by the way.
Yoda. It will return at the end of the 6th day, June 6, by the new counting, 2,999 at 6 p.m. So said my father. But beware, 6/6/26 at 6 p.m.
Oh my.
That's in a little over 2 months.
It's exactly 87 days.
It's 2 p.m.?
This has kept me up since your interview with AJ.
Same.
Scott.
2 p.m. in what time zone? What are we talking? Which time zone?
That's a good, you know what?
Yeah,
People,
so there's
Megan,
so
that's
many
a good
variables,
question.
right?
People have asked me that, and I think what the time zone I can think of is Jerusalem. It's got to be Jerusalem.
It's
Yes,
got to be.
I agree. Yes, that version I came to as well. Yes.
Okay.
Well,
so
I guess
what does that mean? And well, you'll be sleeping.
I'm going to be awake. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to be awake for sure.
I have a
Yeah, I'll
thought
be
on
awake
this.
too. I'll probably be awake too.
We're live streaming.
Cody, you have a thought?
Go ahead, Cody.
Go ahead, Cody.
Yes. So no, after Scott finishes this next part, we'll talk about it because there's something very resonant that happened recently that lines right up with this, that it lines up even more with the Jerusalem time zone. So I'll mention it. Scott, please continue.
Okay. All right. Let me finish here. I'll just finish it and then we can talk about it. Okay. Also, be not fooled by the false prophet, PROFIT, and his clone, who will rise on the 3rd day after his death.
His clone.
Know this.
Right there.
In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God. There was none before him, there was none after him. The Word is eternal. And that's it.
Yep.
Woo!
So Scott, something recently happened that I know you're on X and you probably saw this. There was a video put out of Bibi Netanyahu of him having 6 fingers on his hand. People said, you know what? He's probably dead. 3 days later, he went out and did a press conference. We know that war, especially this war in the Middle East, has always been about profit, not the right kind of profit. Profit. So it has always been about oil and money and everything else that the Middle East has to offer. So what do you think about this 3-day thing and profit aligning specifically with that Netanyahu incident? Because I went back and I checked and it was 3 days between the video of him coming out with 6 fingers and then him going live and doing a press conference.
Well, you know, I have to say that when I thought about the profit thing, the first thing that came to mind for me was Trump, of course, right? And his clone being JD Vance. But now I'm not thinking
he's a part of it.
And I think well, he's certainly part of it, but I think what you just prompted me to think, kind of rethink, is that it's bigger than that. It's this whole profit of the world being run by people that are obsessed with money, right? That have us basically programmed to be the slaves to generate money for them. And but at the end of the day, it's fucking meaningless, right? I mean,
it's literally paper.
Yeah, I mean,
well, my life was literally sacrificed. My life was literally sacrificed for this profit. I've been to war. I've been to these wars. And when I got there, I had a totally different idea of what it was. And then when I got there, my ideas totally changed. PTSD is something I live with, but it's not because of shit I did as a combat medic in combat. it's because of the life altering, perspective altering experience that I had over there that made me realize what was really fucking happening. And I've been dealing with that for
you kept guys like
20
me
years.
on the front line, though, so thank you.
Well,
yeah, man.
Yeah, I mean, I look, my life. When I say my life was sacrificed, I mean that I have to live with the change that I had perspective wise. But literal men and women's lives were actually sacrificed for this blood money. And we're now, the thing is nobody is convinced this time. Like, most people are like, this is bullshit. Whereas at the time in 2005 and 2006, the people were because you can't have a war without public opinion. You need the public on your side. You need to support the troops, and there's an enemy we got to fight. Right now, people are not buying that shit. From either side of the aisle, you're seeing people going, wait a second, this is a fucking distraction. And it's always been a distraction, and it's always been about money. And you follow the fucking contracts, and you see who's connected to the contracts, and the people who own the companies are connected to the contracts. I could go on and on about this for a long time. But right now, I do my job as a social worker, and I work with combat veterans who are dealing with this trauma that they've experienced both spiritually and physically. And it's the only thing I can do. I barely pay attention to the actual war that's happening because I'm paying attention to the men and women who are dealing with the end result and the sacrifice that's being made for these fucking assholes. And I'm sorry, I'm not on a soapbox right now. It just really means a lot to me. It really means a lot to me that this information is. Well, it really means a lot to me for this information because of the awakening that's happening right now, and the part that we're all playing in it is I knew I knew within a week of being over there that it was fucking bullshit, and I had to swallow that in order to survive, and that's what people have to do when they go to this. So, God bless the guys who are putting boots on ground right now because they have to swallow that too, just to survive and just to do their job. And they're going to have to come home and deal with the consequences. We're going to have to help them do it. And it just breaks my heart, man. I'm sorry. That's just all I have to say about that.
No, thank you for sharing that. And thank you for your service, man. You know about the two people that were killed here in Minneapolis. Alex Preddy was a nurse who, was helping, combat veterans, physically and emotionally. And the guy was executed. And it's so frustrating because it happened just, 20 minutes away from where we live here.
Yeah.
And, and I find it ironic that he happened to be somebody who worked at a VA hospital taking care of veterans while, this administration is, perpetrating this war and trying to sell it by using the backs of people like you and other veterans that are out there sacrificing for the money of these fucking assholes that are in charge, that are really in charge, that we never see.
We don't see them.
And it's just fucked up. And I mean, we've already talked about it today. This is the great awakening that's happening. And it's happening at this time of the change in the age. And, it's up to us to get the word out and to make a difference and to change this goddamn bullshit. And I know it's going to happen. I feel it in my bones. I feel it in my heart. And this is what I can do to make a difference. I mean, I remember when I was in high school, I missed the draft by 2 years. And I remember I told myself, yeah, goddamn, I'll go over there and I'll fight those fucking, Vietnamese and I missed it. So I never had a chance to serve, but I knew a lot of guys that did. I still know a lot of guys that serve. We're going to have dinner with Dave. I would have done it, but I can't do it. I'm too old now to serve. And this is my way of of serving and getting the truth out there, and hopefully, well, we'll make the change. We're all doing this. We're all working together. All you guys are doing it, and keep doing it. And let's turn this around, not necessarily for ourselves, but for our kids, grandkids, and the generations to come.
Yep. And the date on the scrolls aligns with like the turning of the age into Aquarius, right?
Yep. I mean, it depends on which calendar you use. The Mayans use their calendar ended in 2012, but most of the other calendars are right now, 25, 26, 27. So we are right in the middle of it. And sure as shit, just like was predicted, it was going to be a time of great upheaval, a great of turmoil and difficulties. But it's up to us to decide how we go forward. And actually, one of the things that I was told when I was, being educated, I told you I was approached by the government to help out with disclosure several years ago. And then I got to the point where I knew that I was being manipulated, and I basically told them to fuck off because they were trying to manipulate me.
That's awesome.
But that's
well, had you went down that road, you could have end up dead by now, so fuck it.
No, I don't know. No, it's not. It's a lot of people have ended up dead, but I share everything that I have. There's nothing, like the scroll is out. That for a while I was a little bit concerned about that, but now it's out.
It's out, so there's nothing they can do about it.
Taking me out isn't going to do anything
now, baby.
But I'm gonna keep talking. I'm gonna keep talking. So that's how we do it. I don't have a sword. Well, I do have a sword.
Me too.
I have my Templar sword. But my sword now is my mouth, and it's your swords too. So
I love it.
We got to keep using them, and I know we will.
Scott, what do you think? What do you think is going to happen? I mean, it's speculation, but what do you think transpires on that date, June 26th?
I get asked that all the time, and the honest answer is I don't know. I mean, I don't have any insight. But if you ask me what my opinion is, I think it'll have something to do with disclosure.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think is. I mean, look, we all know we've been hearing about
we lost Scott for a second.
And it's about helping with disclosure, and I did help for about 3.5 years, and I continue to help, but not at the direction of the fucking government. But I think it has something to do that's going to be really meaningful and impactful. That's going to let everybody know that might have some doubts that there are others out there. We're not here alone by any means. And I don't know what that means. I really don't know, but I think it has something to do with disclosure. That's my best guess.
Cody?
Could it possibly be something, and I don't know, I did not punch this into gematria. I do not know those things. Could it possibly be a numerical code, though, instead of a date? Could it mean something else besides a direct date translation?
Well, that's a good question, and the answer is it could be. We make assumptions and assumptions that it's a date, but the context of the message leads me to believe that
somebody out
a
there
date.
Check this.
Okay, yeah, but let me just say this, and I'm gonna ask you guys to do a little math, okay? And when you talk about gematria, we're gonna do some gematria.
Oh boy, I failed this class, Scott. Please don't.
That's why I'm a social worker, Scott.
No. Stay with me. 6 plus 6 is what?
12.
No.
12.
Plus 6.
18.
Plus 6.
24.
Plus 2.
26. Oh, 26,000 years?
Divide by 2.
26 divided by 2 is 13.
13.
13 is the number of the goddess. It's part of the Fibonacci sequence. It always comes back to the
they were
ladies'
burned on
eyes.
Friday the 13th.
Do not
right?
forget that.
But 26 is
Yep.
confirmation also.
Yeah, but 26 is confirmation also. So
it is. It's about the cycle, right?
Yep. Well, I think it also has to do with the cycle. And maybe that is maybe, you know what? All of a sudden it just dawned on me, Dave, maybe that is the day that the official cycle ends and the new one begins.
That's what I was thinking when I asked the question.
Cutoff of Aquarius. Holy shit.
Maybe.
That's been debated for so long.
If you look up, if you look that up, it's like there's so many different interpretations of when that is.
Well, right. Well,
it would make sense that Jesus knew.
Yeah. For the Mayans, it was 14 years ago. Okay, guys, I want to hear from Megan. The goddess gets the final word.
Let's go.
What my thoughts are, or about the date?
What's in your head right now? Tell us. After all of this,
just into this writing and understand it better, and I just can't wait to see what you find next with all these like mysterious treasure maps coming to you. And I just want to know if I can come along to treasure hunt.
Well, you'll have to ask the goddess in this house. Janet, what do you say?
Oh, fabulous.
Okay, so she just offered to send you one of her books, so you're going to have to get together with her and do that.
Oh, there you go.
Megan is an adventurer, so
Well, you guys got to step up your game. Maybe she'll send one to you too.
Well, I'd love to talk to Janet on the show with Megan about all this, if that's okay.
Yeah. Jan, do you want to do a podcast
that
with
would
her?
Be incredible.
No, I'll sit over there and you sit here.
Just like she helps you.
Yes.
And thank you so much, Janet, for your
Scott
your
worked
help
the producer's
today.
fee.
Yes. Us goddesses.
Yeah, she's charging.
Shout out to Janet.
She's charging me a producer fee. That's taking her to dinner right after this. So the sooner we hang up, the sooner she can eat.
Where are you guys going to eat? What are you going to eat?
We're going to go to our usual hangout. It's called Houlihan's, and it's in Chanhassen.
Mm-hmm.
And hanging right next to the booth we usually sit at is a picture of Prince, because he used to eat at that restaurant. Because Paisley is like 3 blocks away from that restaurant.
That's so cool.
I'm going to listen to Prince tonight. I've got Purple Rain on vinyl up there. I'm going to throw that on.
And Megan, what are you going to listen to?
And over and over.
Fury. All right.
Scott, final words about this. Like what is next, Scott, before we wrap up?
Well, we have some work to do. I've got 2 books that are coming out on the Cremona document, which is what Don and I named all this material that Bill Jackson got, and everything that we've done. And right now that book is at 700 pages. So, so we're going to break it up into 2 volumes. And, but this book is the one I just came out with.
Yeah.
And this is all part of this story.
The cover is gorgeous, by the way.
You like it?
I do. Yes, I do.
You know, me on the back and the whole program. But I got to tell you, this is not something that I wrote. These are journals that chronicle a mission called the Covenant, where the Templar treasures are brought over to North America, and the Templars bonded with the indigenous people who said, "You are our brothers. Gold and silver mean nothing to us. If you want us to guard these treasures, we will do it." And they did that for 400 years.
Wow.
15 generations of these families. And these journals chronicle this mission. And what the mission was is, after Earl Henry Sinclair brought the treasures over here and buried them in multiple places, including Oak Island, those treasures were to be used to establish a sanctuary. What the Templars called a free Templar state. The New Jerusalem, they also called it. Brother Francis Bacon called it the New Atlantis, a place where people could live free from the tyranny of the monarchs of Europe free from the Roman Catholic Church, who combined with each other to elevate themselves above the people and to establish that sanctuary that would eventually become the United States of America. Ben Franklin, George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, all of them knew about these treasures, but they said nothing. And what they did is they sent up 46 young men and 6 slaves, African-American slaves. They met with the natives who had their own covenant for 4 centuries to guard the treasures for their Templar brethren. I've been in their sweats. They know all about this story. To this day, they know this story. And those treasures were recovered in 1769 and 1770, including on Oak Island. That's why they haven't found anything, and they're not going to find anything. But that money was used to fund the revolution, to found this nation. And now this goddamn asshole's in charge of fucking up the whole thing, and we got to end it.
Yes.
Mic drop. Greatest Templar tale never told. Where's it available? Everywhere?
If you want it, well, it's on Amazon, but if you want a signed copy, go to my website, which is scottfwolter.com. And I honestly, you know what I did for 2.5 hours this morning from 8 o'clock to 10:30? I was at the post office mailing books because all the copies I sold being on AJ's show.
Well,
that was a great problem.
I'd like to shout out AJ from the Wild Files one more time because he really is on the right track. And his platform is so important. Yep. And, you're pushing 1.7 million views, Scott, with that basement conversation.
I think we're almost there. We're like 1,000 views away from it. Yeah.
And
that's so cool.
And let me tell you something. AJ is legit. The guy, look, he's obviously very successful. He's probably got more money than he knows what to do with. He's not doing it for the money. He's doing it because he believes in the cause. And I just love the guy. And I can't say enough good things about him. He's had a lot of success, but I wish him more success because he gives guys like me and Tim and other guys doing good work a platform, just like you guys are doing. And we appreciate the hell out of it. I mean, we'd be nothing without you guys. So hats off to all of you guys, to AJ and all the rest of them.
What you've said, though, there's other people out there that he's done a show with that don't have 1.7 million views. What you two talked about and the conversation that you two had resonated with people. And that's important. And it's important that you know the impact that you are having and having these conversations, specifically you being the messenger in these are important. So thank you. We appreciate it. Everybody.
Yeah. Well, thank you. All I can tell you is I'm gonna do my best, and I'm gonna die trying. That's all I can say. I believe in this. I trust my heart. I trust the science. I trust my support system, like Janet and my other friends that keep me on the straight and narrow. And they'll say, "Well, Scott, I think you're smoking dope on this one, so we need to rethink it." We're all standing on the shoulders of people who came before us, and I'm just gonna, while I'm here, I'm just gonna do my best. So that's all I can say.
So
we appreciate your hard work.
We do, and I want to just highlight one thing before we wrap up. Is something you said at the very beginning, which was that during this time of spiritual awakening and global turmoil, it's important that we look internally and we follow what our heart and our spirit and our soul is telling us, and we help others. When we walk out the front door, the people that the media is telling us is the bad guy is not the bad guy. They're our fucking neighbors. Okay. Yep. And you say hi to them and you ask them how's their day and you learn about them. And that's part of looking inward, is looking at your local environment, like, instead of what all this shit that's just out there. And that's really important. And I'm really glad that you said that. And I'll end and say goodbye with what I said before. In light is knowledge, and knowledge is power, and knowledge is how we're going to rise above this thing that's
Well
in
said,
control of
brother.
the world. And so, Scott,
Yep.
nothing but love, my friend. Thank you so much for joining the multiverse again. And yeah, man, you guys go have a beautiful dinner together, because you guys earned it. You guys have been working all day, signing books,
Thank you, Janet.
mailing books, doing podcasts.
Saying thank you back.
Yep. And
on this channel.
And we're
yeah, get her on. She'll be good. She'll be
Olek,
good.
my producer's all over this. We're going to be dropping this Friday. So again, thank you very much, Scott. We really appreciate you, brother.
All right. Well, thank you for having me. I seriously appreciate it. And let's just keep going forward, onward and upward. We'll get it done. We'll get that world that we want.
I have so many more questions for you. I hope we have an opportunity to do this again sometime.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Let's go. All right. Good night, everyone.
Okay, guys.
Subscribe to Dave's Multiverse on YouTube, Spotify, and Rumble today.